Welcome back to another episode of the Debt Free Guys Live with...
Is that what we're calling it now? The Debt Free Guys Live?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe you served Facebook?
Debt Free Guys on Facebook Live. So this week we decided to take a little detour from our normal path of talking to you about finances to talk about something a little bit more fun.
This is finance related.
And, well, I guess it is a little bit of finance too. Getting you ready for the holidays. So we wanted to get a little prep done in advance, give you some tools, and talk about some of the things that we do to throw a fabulous cocktail party.
Absolutely. Today is amazing. We just anointed Debt Free Guys Live. I love it. We're going to go with that. I like it. So, as David said, we're preparing for the holidays. It's we've found in our process of paying off $51,000 worth of credit card debt that having a plan in place for everything that we wanted to do was critical to paying off that debt as fast as we did.
Exactly.
So,
at the same time, we knew that we had to have fun at a lower cost in order to continue to pay off our debt. If we weren't having fun, we wouldn't pay off our debt. So we figured out ways to have fun, pay off our debt, and enjoy our lives.
Exactly. So on Monday, we published an article at debtfreeguys.com titled 9 Tips to Have a Holiday Cocktail Party for $99. You should be able to, for about $99, invite anywhere from 15 to 20 guests to your house for a nice holiday party. Celebrate the holidays with your friends and family. Not blow your budget, but still have a good time and have money to put towards your credit card debt.
Exactly.
With that article, and as well as the link above, if you click the link above here on this Facebook Live, you'll see there's a link to a free tool that we've provided for you. These are actual grocery lists for either Trader Joe's or Target to get a full spread of food and alcohol, as well as signature cocktails for net less than $99. And we included a buffer so that you could even pay taxes and still come in less than $99. So go ahead and click that link above here to get that free tool to help you with your party planning. It takes all the muss and fuss out of your party planning, no thinking necessary, and you'll stay within budget.
Yeah, and the other thing is there's no cooking necessary. We all love a good party. We like to have a good time, have a few drinks, have some great food, and we all like to do that as easy as possible. And that's what the grocery list is all about. Plus, as John mentioned, we provide a couple of signature cocktails that you can have to help keep your costs down when it comes to having booze at your party.
Exactly. So why don't you show them slide 1, husband?
All right.
So like we just said, we're talking about fun, fabulous, and money-savvy ways to throw a holiday cocktail party for less than $99. Don't forget to click the link above to get that free tool to help you save your party planning and alleviate yourself of having to cook. What we're going to share with you now are 10 additional tips to help with your strategy to have a fun party, to have an elegant party, a fabulous party for less than $99 as well.
Right.
10 additional tips to the 9 that we provided you earlier this week. Yeah. How awesome is that?
Right. So the big one is one of John's favorites.
Yes. Size matter. Sorry, boys. But no, size matters, and how you use it matters too. But what we're talking about here is the size of your guest list.
Right.
If you talk to almost any party planner, any wedding planner, they'll tell you that there are pretty much 2 components that can really blow your budget when it comes to party planning. One is the size of your party, and the other is alcohol. But we've already talked in the article earlier this week about how to control the alcohol so that you're not blowing your budget. We also want to remind you that the size of your party is critical. You're trying to pay off your debt, you're still trying to have a good time, but your most important goal is to get into financial independence. And so that might mean this holiday season or the next couple of holiday seasons that you can't invite every single person you've met at every single dance club, at every single bar, and danced every single Macarena with. Like, you need to just pick the important people and invite them.
Right. The other thing about managing the size of your guests is it allows you as a host to be able to spend some quality time with the people that you've invited. You know, when you have those really large guest lists, oftentimes you don't get the chance to get around and talk to everyone. So by keeping your guest list under control, you actually get to be a better host.
Well, and to be clear, you can't control the size of your guest. You control the size of the number of guests that you invite.
Right, exactly.
So tip 2 is another earlier this week in the tips 9 tips to throw a holiday party for $99. We talked about how Christmas holiday decorations as chachi as they are, chatsky as they are,
right.
as fun as they are to have around, they can cost a lot of money, especially if you're buying them this time of year, for not a whole lot of return.
Right.
A great way to have an elegant holiday party is to use candlelight and use regular Christmas lights.
Yep.
That is actually quite fancy and creates a nice atmosphere for your holiday. But if you want to create a more flair, as David says, for your holiday party,
there's some flair for you.
Get some balloons. They are cheap and they are fun and they'll get the party poppin'. No pun intended.
Right. Just keep the balloons away from the candles because you know if you get the balloons and the candles together, well.
Exactly. And you can get those balloons at Target or Kmart or Walmart. You can also go to the dollar store or similar in your area and get really cheap ones. They're not going to last more than a few hours, which is fine because your party's only going to be 4 hours, 6 hours, I guess, most. Depending upon how hard you party and how long your signature cocktail lasts.
How long your signature cocktail lasts is right. Or how much booze your friends bring to the party.
Yeah, give everybody a tiny straw so they have to drink their signature cocktail slowly.
Yeah, exactly.
Another way to add great ambiance for your party, we talked about earlier in the week about how using Pandora and Spotify and to play holiday classics like Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack and all that stuff, their Christmas music helps create an elegant atmosphere for your holiday party. You can also stream on Hulu and Netflix, Amazon Prime. You can even, if you even still have a DVD, you can stream a holiday classic on mute while you're still playing your Christmas music. You can have one of my all-time favorite holiday movies that David won't watch with me.
I've watched it with you. At least, I think twice now.
Twice, but you're supposed to watch it every year. That and A Christmas Carol, which he does not do.
Yes.
Anyway, but so that's another way that you can create some holiday ambiance that's classy, but isn't going to cost you a lot of money.
Right. So what he's basically suggesting is turn the TV on, start the movie, turn the sound down so people can still engage each other with conversation. But the nice thing is somebody's going to see that video and they're going to make some comment. It might start some conversation, especially at the beginning of the party when maybe some of your guests don't know each other. That can help cause some interaction and a lot of fun. It might add some trivia to the night as well.
Exactly. If you play A Christmas Story, that is going to get a lot of laughs, and that's just a prelude to a tip we have later on in the episode.
Exactly. Yeah. So we want to remind you, though, that we've created something special for you. So make sure you check out that link above so that you get the freebie, the grocery list, shopping list that we created for this awesome, fabulous cocktail party.
Exactly. And then our next tip to have a fabulous holiday cocktail party for less than $99. This one is David's favorite, in fact. He loves popcorn. So, and I don't know if you didn't when you were a kid, but when we were a kid, we used to string together popcorn and use it as garland around the house. We would do that in school or do it at home. I guess it was a cheap way to keep us entertained
keep the
and
kids
shut
out
up.
of trouble. Yeah.
But it's not just about popping popcorn. That's cheap, and you can pop a lot of popcorn for cheap, and it goes far. But the tip with that is to create different batches of popcorn. Use different seasoning, maybe 3 or 4 different batches with 3 or 4 different seasoning to create different flavors for everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
What are some of your favorite
Well, I was going to
seasonings?
say, and if you email me, if you contact David at DebtFreeGuys.com, I will send you my fabulous caramel corn popcorn recipe.
Oh, that is
so
to
it's
die
going to
for.
add a few more bucks to your list here, but if you want I'll send it to you.
It is phenomenal. Every time we go home to visit my family, they always want to watch a movie and have David make his caramel corn.
Yep.
And it is not diet food at all.
No,
so if you're on
not
a
at all.
diet, don't get that. But
it's good for packing on little extras for the.
But it's fabulous.
Yeah, for the winter.
Yeah, not that I need to pack on any extra right now.
No, me either.
Okay, so if you don't want your party to go stale, if it's getting boring, if you're stuck, you're tired of watching classic movies on mute, and you don't understand what the whole point of that is, then another way that you can have fun. The best drinking game in the world right now is Dum Dum Dum, Cards Against Humanity. That is a fabulous game. I've never ever played that game without having an amazing time, drunk or sober. Although sober is quite rare for us.
Yeah.
But so if you go to the store and you try to buy Cards Against Humanity, that can be quite expensive, so you don't have to do that. We figured out that you can actually go online, type in free Cards Against Humanity, and it'll take you to a link. Google would be the first link for you. Google will take you to a link where you can download a free copy of Cards Against Humanity, cut them out, and then you've got your own game. We actually learned about this because a friend of ours, who's also a cheapskate, came over one day. He brought, we were having a party, and he brought this game, and he printed it all out. And I'm not supposed to make this recommendation.
I knew this was coming.
But he printed it out at work, so he didn't pay for anything, not the paper, the ink, or anything. So you could possibly try that, but you should possibly not. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
So as David said, don't forget, we have the free grocery list for Trader Joe's and Target at the link above to help you do all your party planning without having to do any planning. Any thinking and no cooking. And I apologize. David told me that page is hard to read.
I guess I'm going to get rid of that.
I'm not good at Photoshop, so that's what we got.
Yeah, so make sure you click on the link above to get that download.
All right. Tip number 6. This is a big money saver, more so for your guests than for you, but it could help you out as well. And that is to make sure your guests, especially if they're drinking, that they don't drive. So we know friends who have gotten several DUIs that have cost $5,000, $10,000 or more, and been a lot more stressful. So just recommend that all your friends take Uber or Lyft or anything that's in your area to help alleviate their driving needs, especially if they're drinking.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember that if your friends don't have Uber or Lyft on their phones, you allow them to download it. Send them your code from either Uber or Lyft, and you'll get a kickback from that, and so will they. So it'll reduce the cost of their ride home and give you a little extra bucks in your pocket for the next time you take a Lyft or an Uber.
Exactly. All right, tip number next. What are we on, 6?
Yeah.
So tip number 6. So David and I are do a lot in social media. A lot of our business is predicated on social media, and so we have a Pinterest board, or I guess several Pinterest boards. And because we target the LGBT community, gay men specifically, we can easily get distracted by looking at some of the boards for gay men on Pinterest. Yeah. And so that's how we learned that Pinterest is not the best place to go if you're trying to avoid things, such as looking at men, or such as trying not to buy fancy or create fancy exotic dishes or party decorations or anything. So another recommendation for you is to avoid Pinterest at all costs. It'll make you want to do things that you're not qualified to do, and that will cost you a lot of money to do. So just avoid it. It is like watching Martha Stewart and thinking you're going to be able to do that.
Right.
You're not going to make that sheet cake.
It does suck you down into the whole of arts and craftsy thing, and you all of a sudden become like you said, the Martha Stewart, and you want to do all this stuff. So it can increase the cost not only of your party, but your holiday season. And so it may be a good idea to stay off of there, especially if you're trying to pay off your debt.
Right. Avoid that jealousy factor that Pinterest and magazines and all those things can create.
Yeah.
All right. So the next tip is we keep referring to the link above, so you can get your free planned out grocery list for Target or Target and Trader Joe's. But we understand that not everybody lives near a Target or a Trader Joe's. So other ways you can get great party food, cocktails, whatnot, and still have discounts to keep your budget under $99 is to use different technology. One is Ibotta, which is a a plugin, or what do they call it when you have in your? It's a plugin that you can have on your computer that'll send you discounts and coupons for things that you're already buying. You can also download the Checkout 51 app. That will also provide you with discounts and coupons. And then you can also go to coupons.com. That requires a little bit more investigating and researching. And make sure you don't buy anything, but you can still get coupons and discounts there. So if you don't live near a Trader Joe's, or you don't live near a Target, Kmart, or Walmart, might be options for you. Or if you want to altogether different options, check out some of those tools, and you can find other recommendations online as well.
Yeah, and just along the lines of Target, remember that Target has an app called Cartwheel, Cartwheel, and that app does.
Just Cartwheel?
Yep, it does give you additional discounts while you're in Target. So if you pair that with the shopping list that we've provided at the link above, then you can potentially save yourself even more and bring down the cost of your party.
Right. And the key, though, is to not say, oh, I've saved this much money, I should spend now this much money. The idea is no. The idea is to make sure you continue to save that money so that you can put it towards your credit card debt or whatever your financial goals are or may be.
Yeah.
All right, next tip. What tip are we on, husband?
Let's see here. I think we're on number 7.
Tip number 7. Okay. And that is we're often inclined, especially during the holidays, and friends ask and know that we're throwing a party. They say, can we help? Can I bring anything? What do you need? And we're often inclined to say, no, thank you. We've got it all covered. Your most important goal is to pay off debt or to achieve some other financial goal. So for this year, the next few years, please accept the help. Yep. If somebody wants to bring a dish, if somebody says that they want to bring some alcohol, let them do it. It'll make the party better. It'll keep the costs down for you, and it'll still allow you to focus on your number one goals.
Right. So if you have that shopping list above and you see that something on there is maybe beyond your reach, or you want to try to pare it back a little bit, if somebody asks if they can help, just give them one of the items on the list and say, hey, would you mind bringing this block of cheese, or would you mind bringing this bottle of booze, so you can still make your signature cocktail.
Yeah, and since they're buying, make sure instead of Sky that they get Grey Goose.
Right, exactly.
Not what I would do. But
right, exactly.
All right, and then our last tip for you. So we're in the social media age. We want everything to be fun and fabulous, and it can't really be fabulous. It's not really fabulous in real life if it's not fabulous on social media, right?
Right, exactly.
So you want to leave your friends who aren't at your party jealous, and you want to leave your friends who did attend your party with some memories. So our recommendation is to, one, create a hashtag for your party, for your friends, when they're taking pictures and posting it on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Have a hashtag that they use to promote your party. And then afterwards, with those pictures and the pictures that you create for yourself, create an Insta story or create a Facebook story and share that with them and all your friends. And the idea there is to leave your friends with lasting positive memories. You might feel that you're going cheap this year and that things aren't as fabulous as you want them to be. At the end of the day, they're not going to really remember it. They're not going to really remember that, especially if you create for them some lasting memories to take with them. They're going to remember the fun things.
Right. So it's all about the experience. It's not necessarily about the quality of the food or the amount that you drank. It's about the experience.
Right, exactly.
Sometimes the food and the drink can enhance those, but you can also offset those with a lot of other things.
Right. And if it doesn't feel fabulous in social life, but it is fabulous on social media, that's all that matters.
Right. If it's not on social media, it didn't happen, right?
Exactly. So those are our 10 additional tips for you, in addition to the 9 that we shared for you earlier, to throw a fabulous holiday cocktail party for less than $99.
Right.
We want to thank you again for joining us for another Facebook Live. David and I are doing these Facebook Lives every week to help provide you with more tools and resources to live the fun, fabulous life you want to live without being fabulously broke.
Right. So do us a favor, hit that share button and that like button down at the bottom so that we can get this message out to more people about how they can not only save money but still have a fabulous party this holiday season.
Exactly. So also, in addition to that, please remember to join us next Wednesday, same bat time, same bat station. We're going to be here on Facebook at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time to talk about, what are we talking about next week?
Writing fabulous annual reviews.
Oh, right. Yes, we're coming up to annual review season, and I can tell you that I have had major success with writing great reviews for myself in terms of getting promotions and getting increased income. So we want to share some of our best tips for you to write the most amazing annual review for yourself so you can get the most money that you can then put that towards your credit cards or your other financial goals. So don't miss us next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time here on the Debt Free Guys Facebook wall for another Debt Free Guys Live.
Right. And remember, get that shopping list that's above in the link, and we'll look forward to getting invited to your fabulous cocktail party this year.
Exactly. Don't forget to like, comment, and share below. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks.
Have
a great one.